That's the bar there.
Everything's rolling.
Everything's rolling. Everything's rolling.
I've gotten coffee in my eye immediately.
I just stared into the light so I can't see it. We are good to go.
Good to go.
Hello and welcome to Hot Takes, the show of true views and made-up opinions. This is a show where teams are going to be telling us their controversial opinions. One of them's going to be true, one of them's going to be false. And the other team have to figure out which is which. On this team today we have Annie Gill and Luke Benson.
Woo!
Delayed reaction to them.
Clap. Yes,
Enforced enjoyment of them. And on this team we have Coleman Hayes and Diane O'Connor. Coleman, you already look like you're lying and you haven't said anything yet.
That's the part I'm looking forward to the most.
Not his real name.
Guilty. Okay, the first round is Diane and Coleman, and your topic is shaving. Okay. So I've got two cards here. One says true and one says false. I'm going to mix them up so we don't know which is which. And please take a look now.
Shaving.
And see which is which. They need to look at their phones to see what their opinions are. Coleman has AI, which just tells him what his opinions are. Okay, let's go to Diane first. Diane, what is your hot take?
I think shaving is like the ultimate mindfulness experience, and we just need to get rid of those stupid apps.
Okay, great. Coleman, what's your hot take?
My hot take is...
He's crumbling already. Coleman is crumbling already.
This might be points in the bag.
My hot take is that people who shave with a razor are mentally unwell.
Right. Okay. So, mentally well and mentally unwell for shaving. What are your questions here?
But Coleman, so people who shave with like a buzzer.
If it's electrical razor, that makes perfect
fine.
sense.
And if women are waxing their legs or lasering their bikini lines.
Oh, there is an inherent gender issue with my...
Yes. Okay. All right, Larry, let's clear up the gender issue then.
I was only actually meaning the face of men.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Okay. So what about, can I ask, what about when women need to take care of their facial hair?
Coleman is rapidly
new to this whole idea. That
Has the sweating begun?
So, mine is specifically couched in...
your own personal experience.
Right.
So if you're shaving your face, a man's face, it should be...
Coleman's eyes are so wide as he sees himself being cancelled in the very first round of this show.
I was like, I didn't even think I was stepping into anything with that one. But yeah, you should use...
So what's so crazy about it, Coleman?
Because it's fucking... You're hurting your skin. It's like you're literally ripping your skin apart. Who does that?
Me.
Are you talking about...
I shave with a blade, Coleman.
You shave with a blade?
Yeah. And look at my skin.
Look at
my
him.
smooth.
Look how gorgeous.
I feel that,
he's got great skin.
Feel that.
You would not know he's 72 years old.
Yeah, he would
You
know
have
for
no
70.
idea. He does.
He does look great for 70. Can I clarify on what you think like the razor is for you? Is it like a safety razor from Gillette and Wilkins?
Like a Bic.
Like a Bic?
Yeah.
Or are you talking about like a cutthroat razor, or are they the same for you?
It's the same.
Okay.
It's all the same. It's like, what you want is like an electric... because we have electric razors now.
Okay.
Right.
Guys, I don't know if you knew that.
Tell us about electricity.
But like electrical razor, I'm like, it gets all the job done. It's quicker. It's easier.
Says he with the beard.
So
It's doing a great job on you. Diane, you feel like it's mindfulness. You feel zen when shaving.
Yeah, I really do. And I'm talking specifically about the ironically called safety razors. You know, like none of this bar business, you know, those safety bars, no. I think the more danger, the better. You know, because you have to really you have to really focus in.
Yeah.
Like, you have to, there's nothing that keeps you in the moment more than a bit of a risk.
That's it. You actually shave with a machete.
Sometimes.
Well, somebody's jiggling your arm at the same time.
Shaving in the shed.
Shaving in the shed.
When I shave in the shed, I use the machete in the house.
Yeah. So you feel kind of zen after you do it. Would you feel, if you ever are feeling tense, would you I'm going to go and shave?
Do you know what? I haven't yet.
Okay.
I haven't yet, but I think maybe possibly that could be something in the future for me. Maybe I could even make a little app, like instead of those head weigh apps.
Yeah.
You know, like a razor app.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like
What
it's like,
would it
oh,
do?
you're stressed. Go
shave
You're
your
stressed,
legs.
go shave.
Go shave. You haven't shaved in 3
That's
days.
all the
or
app
something.
does, though. Oh, so you keep track of your
Yeah,
shaving.
yeah.
Well, so what do we think then? Where are you leaning?
I forgot the concept of the game, so I was just reading. I thought we were really
just getting
enjoying
to
it.
know each other.
One of them is true and one of them is
true.
false.
One of them's
Which
false.
do you think is
Diane's is
which?
probably true.
Okay, can I ask a follow-up question
Yeah.
very quickly? You said that like people who do shave with a razor, that there's something wrong with them, and it's purely because you feel like you're hurting your skin when you shave. It isn't a case of like they're happy to have something sharp or anything. It's just, well, it hurts my face, therefore
So they're idiots.
they're idiots.
I mean,
Owen
essentially.
just looks like a politician who's just about to lie to you. Whatever he does.
It could be true.
true.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, if it's just like
I feel
don't
like his
it.
take was worded very strongly, but actually
Yes.
what it means is that my face hurts. I don't know why people do.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Okay, so what are you going for?
I think we're going to say that Coleman's is true.
I think
Okay.
so, yeah, and then
Same.
Diane's false.
Coleman is
We happy
true,
with that?
Diane is false. Please reveal.
God!
So you got it wrong. You said Coleman is true and Coleman is false.
Yeah.
And you said Diane is false and Diane is true.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would like
So-
to change our answer. If that's a possibility.
Okay, this is over to Luke and Annie, and it's relatives. That's their hot topic for this round. I've got 2 cards here. One says true and one says false. I'm mixing them up so we don't know which is which. And I hand them to them. Take one each. Take a look. See what you've got. Okay, great. Annie, let's hear your hot take first.
You cannot be friends with your relatives.
You can't be friends with your relatives. Luke, what is your hot take?
Oh, at the same time?
Yeah, at the same time,
My hot
please.
take is...
It's so hot.
I'm going to make My hot take
Yes.
is that you should be allowed to vote people out of family gatherings Survivor style.
Okay.
Right off the bat, that's probably the false one.
Okay, well, let's quiz them. What questions do we have for them?
So you can't be friends with your
Can't be
relatives?
friends with your relatives.
No.
Why
Annie.
not?
Because they know too much. They know too much. They know your history.
Yeah.
They know who are related to you. They know where you come from. Ergo,
These are things you want to keep hidden?
100%.
But I'm just kind of confused. Like, are they like? Do your friends not perhaps also know where you come from?
Not in the same way.
I have no
Not in
idea
the
where
same
she's
way.
from.
Your friends only know what you say about your sister. They don't know your sister, right? So you get to tell your story.
Are you friends with your relatives?
I would say that I think I am friendly with my relatives, but I am not friends with them.
So like as soon as you like were a child, you're like, hi, we're all friends here. Or we're not friends here.
We're not friends
Listen, we're all
here.
friends here, but
We're not friends here. I am your daughter. I am not your friend.
What would you do with your friends that you wouldn't do with your relatives?
What's the distinction?
Oh, well, you can tell, like, you can be more honest about who you truly are because they have no preconceived notions. So you get to present your true self to your friends.
So when
without
you're
any
with
of
your
the-
relatives, you're presenting a false self.
No, they know too much. You have no say in what their opinions are of you. You don't get to create your own persona
Right.
with your relatives.
To know
don't-
you
well,
is
hold
to
on
not
a
like you. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
But you said
Correct.
you get to be your true self with your friends.
But the true self that you want to be.
Right, so a fake self that you call true. Great.
Yes.
Yeah.
a true fake self.
Let's turn to Luke now. So Luke,
Yes.
what was yours again?
Mine was
Say it again, Luke.
that you should be able to vote family members out of family gatherings Survivor style.
Oh, okay. The way I heard that is vote family members out of the
The family? No.
No, just-
Once the family gathering is over, everybody's back on level pegging, and you can go into the next Christmas dinner next time. But during whatever dinner or gathering you're at, you should be able to every hour or every 30 minutes or something.
30
There should be a kind of vote, and they're like, okay, Uncle Tom's
Do you
going to
think
be.
that's going to help? Or is that going to cause more problems? Do you think people are going to get upset?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I think people will be more upset, but I think for that that gathering, it'll be better. It'll be better. Yeah.
What are the sort of things you'd kick people out for?
Well, that's up to you. I think that
No, but you.
me,
Yeah.
specifically,
What
I don't know. It
specifically
depends
you
on the
do?
mood. Like, it might be something egregious, like someone has said something quite offensive, or it might be just petty. Like if you're bored of talking cars with. Yeah.
Michael's going.
Yeah.
Who's with me?
Yeah, like
No more
Morgan's
Tulsa.
chatting about
okay,
work
we need
again.
to get an answer here. What are you thinking?
I'm right off the bat. I'm thinking Annie's is the truthful one, and Luke's is the false
Oh,
one. right?
really? I was going to go the other way because
Why?
I'd actually really like Luke's system, and I think it's
I
quite
like
helpful.
it, but there's no way he actually believes that. Like that. Like I feel like that's something like, okay, I need to have a hot take. I don't feel like that's Luke being like, this is something I truly. Well, Annie's one, I'm like, I reciprocate. So I'm like, yeah, that's true.
Okay, so we're both
If that's not true,
yes.
that's scary.
Yeah, okay.
But that'd be. But that's
So just to be clear, that has to be true, otherwise Coleman's worried.
All right, what are you going to say?
is-
What are you going
is-
to say?
I go, Annie, true, and look at me folding like a
all right, okay, tell you what. Well, if we follow me on this one, whoever we follow on this one, we follow the other
Okay,
person
we'll
on the
follow
next
you in this one, yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, me and Luke
We
are
can-
still going to have a chat afterwards.
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
we
follow-
can
okay.
formalise the
Fuck.
system.
So you're
Okay,
saying
we follow-
Annie true and Luke false. Please reveal.
That's right.
Okay, so that's a point to Luke and Annie. It's over to.
Points!
There's points.
Oh yeah. What do you think we're playing for, Diane? Come on.
Okay, the next round, the next topic is movies. Diane and Coleman, you have something about movies.
I love it. Coleman's just like, you're doing great. Good.
Okay.
I am strong.
Take a card
I am
each.
brave.
You're a handsome boy.
They look at the cards. One says true and one
I
says
am abundant.
false. So let's go to Coleman first.
Okay.
Coleman, what is your hot take on movies?
My hot take is about a particular fictional character, Harry Potter.
Right.
And I believe Harry Potter is insufferable. That's the word I want to use. Because he's so passive. Like, Harry Potter doesn't
Okay, we'll
make...
dive into it. So Harry Potter is insufferable. Diane, what is yours?
I think movies, and can I call them films, please?
You certainly can, Diane. Yes, certainly can.
I think they're being used to control us.
Okay, there we go. Harry Potter is insufferable and films are being used to control us. What
we're good.
are your
We're
questions?
fine, I
What are your questions?
Diane, can you tell me a little bit about...
You've got to ask some questions. It's part of the format, Luke.
No dice.
We are all set. Diane, of the movies at this year's Academy Awards, which ones are controlling us most completely?
And feel free to wipe away your tears.
Well, like, to be honest, this feeling, this opinion, this belief of mine, it comes more from a nostalgic childhood and adolescence, early 20s place.
Okay, okay.
Like, that's where this I think is formed. I haven't really seen many of this year's Academy films.
Okay.
Keep your
'Cause you
mind clear.
I was just gonna say,
Diane, what are the films from your adolescence and 20s that you think have manipulated you?
For me, it's specifically American films.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, that have painted like the government and like the police system like in a nice way, you know, like, oh, coming to save the day kind of thing. And specifically off the top of my head now, I'm trying to remember a film.
Any film. Any film to back you up. Yeah, it's fine.
from 1990 onwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they paint, and even Marvel, right? Okay, it's like, oh yeah, look at the government there, and they're trying to help us out, and they're bringing in these big superhero guys, and then they make you think, oh my god, that's great.
They'll
If
save
the
us.
shit hits the fan, the government have our backs.
Ah,
So
okay.
they fooled me, right? So I believe that, and then in my 30s, I realised it's not true.
Outside of the Marvel films, which are much, much later, can you give us a couple of films of your kind of adolescence or 20s that...
I'd love to, Luke.
I'd love to, and I have prepared, but they're not in my head anymore.
Say the Sex and the City, right?
Oh,
yes.
The movie. Like, that was basically...
All about the government. All about the government.
All about the government.
See the way you went movie
yes.
into my head? See what happened there?
government.
But Sex and City, I think that really like made us think, ooh, capitalism is great. Capitalism is sexy. You can buy
Okay.
capitalism with your credit card. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
like,
do.
And I think when I watched that, I watched it first when it came out, and I can't remember what age I was. But then I watched it again a couple of years ago, and then I was like, bling!
Ah, yeah.
Okay, let's turn to Coleman.
it's hilarious.
Okay, Coleman. So, Coleman, yours is about Harry Potter. You think that the character
Insufferable.
is insufferable. I think
Yeah.
Harry Potter is insufferable because he's so passive. Like if I told you that, like, if you were like 12 years old and I was like, hey, Conor McGregor, have you heard of him? He wants to kill you. Would you not think that you'd be like, hey, I better take some fucking lessons? Like,
Okay.
I better learn some
Doesn't he
jiu-jitsu.
take lessons? Isn't that the whole?
Isn't he in school?
No,
Are you
he
talking to
doesn't
12-year-olds?
participate. He
Doesn't
fucking
participate.
in the Chamber of
do
Secrets.
this.
Like even when he fucking, like when the fox flies in and pecks out the eyes of the snake, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh great, it's just fucking. Was it Deus Ex Machina? It was
Deus Ex Machina, yeah.
All the time in Harry Potter because they couldn't think of a reason why Harry Potter, like, and it's boring as a viewer to not watch protagonists making choices and solving their own problems.
Got it.
Every time somebody comes in and saves the day and we're like, thanks. And I'm like, when's Harry gonna fucking do something?
But does he not do at some point? Like, I think that he's very much a kind of like.
He gets lucky. That's all he does.
He does get lucky. I feel like this is a personal thing you have against Harry Potter, but he does.
It sounds like it is.
But are we saying that? Like he never does, because I feel like I can't remember so much, but he does have moments where it's him and Voldemort, and they they strike at like a wand
They
hits
use
and
their
they
wand.
do that sort of.
For sure, there are moments,
incantatum
but like
thing.
in the fifth one, when he's training people,
Watch them all.
Oh, I
You hate watched them all.
I find Harry Potter insufferable.
Got
I
it.
find the world engaging,
Okay.
Hey,
but like I find
you
him.
skip through the parts with him in it.
But like no, in the fifth one, he's training people. So I'm like, okay, cool. You're training. You're like on some level, those entire 7 films should just been a montage of Harry training, right? Like getting ready for this person who's going to kill him.
Yes.
But
Right.
he just goes to school.
Would you watch that? Would you watch 8 films of something, and you know that like the 2nd to 7th film is montage? Did you watch that? They have to have a story, Coleman.
Okay. Well,
do you
he
think of
seems
this?
passionate. What do you think?
I really thought Diane was true at first,
Okay.
but then Coleman's very passionate about it.
He seems really angry about it.
He's furious.
Yeah,
at
he
Harry
does.
Potter.
And one of the points against Diane was that she couldn't remember a single film
Not
from
one
it.
She had not one reference.
What are you saying then? You're saying
Coleman's true.
Coleman true, Diane false. Will you please reveal?
No.
No.
If you were getting dragged in by the acting, they're both very good actors.
Yeah.
All right. Next round is speeches. Luke and Annie. I've got
Yes.
2 cards here. One says true, one
consult
says
my
false.
notes.
Mixing them. Don't know which is which. Take
Okay,
one
okay.
each, please.
Okay.
Take a look.
Okay.
Okay. Annie, what's your hot take on speeches?
That speeches of any kind in any place are only successful if they come in under 6.5 minutes.
6.5 minutes. Luke, what's your hot take?
That they have to be under 6. No. I think everyone at a wedding should get a speech. If you're doing speeches, everybody should have a go.
Everyone
It's like, like an open mic.
Yeah.
Questions.
Can we just call this now? He's never been to a wedding.
Well, let me ask Luke a follow-up question. Everyone should or everyone could? Everyone's entitled to or everyone has to?
Everyone has to.
Everyone has to. Okay.
You would like to give him a little out there. We'll give you a little window.
No.
Shut that window.
Yeah, I have. There's a method to the madness, but yes, everybody.
Tell us the method.
Okay, so I think it'll give you 2 things. It'll give you shorter speeches. It'll give you smaller weddings.
Very true.
That's true.
So you'd have a lot of dropouts, but people who don't want to say something at the wedding. I think the people that are at the wedding are people who want to be at the wedding because they love the people so much. And I also think you'd not have like the father of the groom talking for 45 minutes, absolute nonsense, because most people are going to do maybe 30 seconds of a speech. Do you know, they're going to be like, oh, I just want to say love you and good luck with the rest of it.
There would be like an initial stage of teething when people would take a while to get used to the fact. So, weddings would be huge and very long initially until the first couple of years. And then people are like, I'm not
I don't
going
think
to
it'd
another
even
wedding.
take years. I think it'd be one weekend and it'd be covered on RT1 and that would be the end of it. We'd have 3-person weddings. I was at a wedding over COVID where, and it wasn't that everyone got a speech, but the groom and groom, because it was such a small wedding, there was only 30 people at it, they went around the room and they said why each person was at the wedding and their connection to them. And it kind of was a way that everybody felt more connected.
But that was the groom and groom.
It
giving
was
that
the groom
speech.
and groom. But I do think that the opposite also works. Do you know what I mean? No, as in, like, I think that it'd be nice for everybody just to say a little thing about, you know, good luck, we love you.
Okay, so
that's what
I think maybe, ironically, I think maybe you're convincing me. But you're
well, it's not ironic. That's the point of the game.
Annie, how have you arrived at 6.5 minutes? Why
Well,
that number?
Here's the thing. Often, at weddings or things like this, people often say no more than 5 minutes, which nobody can stick to.
Right.
People always tip over 5 minutes.
Okay.
And I have found that 6.5, you get to say what you want to say. You leave breathing room for applause, for laughter, and nervous jitters or whatever. And then the 6.5, after that, people stop listening. But if you get
But
to...
you're saying people go over the 5 minutes. People go over the 5 minutes. So are they not going to go over the 6.5?
No.
So do you tell them there's 5 minutes? Wait, what?
If you say 5 minutes, they'll go 6.5. But then what I'm saying is no speech should be longer than 6.5 minutes.
Right.
Because that is the sweet spot. After that, if you say 5 minutes, people will stick with you for another 30, 60, 90 seconds.
Every speech after 6.5 minutes, from your perspective, a bad speech. Martin Luther King, I have a dream.
Are you sure that was over 6.5?
How long is it?
I think.
Look it up there, someone on the back.
I'm not sure it was over 6.5. Might have
Have a
been.
Dream speech.
No,
Probably
I think
30
it's probably
minutes.
longer. It
Yeah.
was maybe like 45 minutes. No, I think that how much do we know of that speech? How much?
17
but how much
minutes
do we
we
know
heard.
of it, and how much could you quote of it? I'd say not more than 6.5
he was
minutes.
I have a dream.
Not more than 6.5 minutes. I bet you couldn't do more than 6.5 minutes of that speech.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
So you're not saying
I'm
this
not
is
saying
an
this is
enforceable rule.
no,
You're just saying
I'm
this
just
is good
saying
advice.
I'm saying this is a fact.
Oh, you're saying you can give a speech for any length you want,
Yeah.
but if it's under 6.5 minutes, it's going to be a way better
People
speech.
are going to be like, that was the best speech I've ever heard. Yeah.
And then people can just go to the bathroom at 6.5 minutes.
Have a glass of champagne, whatever they want.
Okay.
Can we play them off at 6.5 as well? You just sort of up the music.
No, because people are already like they've upped the music in their head. They've switched off.
That's fair.
You know, like people have
Yeah.
that's how long anybody wants to hear anybody stand alone and talk for.
Can I ask a technical question? If Annie...
I love it was unrelated. What is HDMI?
If Annie believes that there is a perfect time for a speech, but she actually believes it's 7 minutes, is that technically false? If you're with me.
Yeah, it's so would you lose?
Because... Yeah, sorry, go on.
It would be decided in the moment.
Okay. Okay.
It wouldn't be much fun.
We're not here to have fun. We're not here to have
This is
fun.
not about technicality. No, I will also say that this is specifically for speeches. This is not, say, for
Ambulance rides.
If you're in
Well-
an art history class and you're getting a lecture.
Yeah.
This is not for a Netflix special stand-up thing. You know,
Right.
like this is for speeches.
And is it for not, like, for lack of a better word, like, not professional speeches, so not politicians?
Well, I think politicians do. No, I would say a professional
Still-
speech.
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
But
fair
like
enough.
speeches, not if they're doing some kind of a performance of some kind.
No,
or
but
a
if
lecture of
Michael
some
D.
kind.
Higgins
Okay,
went and did a
we'll
speech.
leave you two to
Sure, yeah.
It's funny that you're the one who's quizzing the most.
I would say maybe 6.5.
I don't understand the format. I've not made a secret of this. I don't know what's happening.
Okay, you two, what have we got here?
Oh, I think it's obvious, isn't it?
Well, I mean, right off the bat,
Okay.
presumably like Annie's one is true and Luke's is, but then as Luke kept talking, I was like, this actually makes some reasonable sense. And
you
Annie
make anything make sense.
Annie seemed crazy the more she talks. But I think off the bat, I think Annie seemed true and Luke seemed false. But I'm happy to go with you.
No, as in not as in like, yeah, we'd be going with me anyway. But I agree.
No. It is me.
We already agreed to that.
Yeah.
So what are you
You're
saying?
just indulging me. Yeah, come on, you two.
Annie is true and Luke is false. And Luke
Okay.
is just false.
I'm just false.
Okay, so we're saying Annie is true and Luke is false. Please reveal.
Pow!
Annie is true and Luke is false. That's a point to that
I
team.
really felt I almost got you on side.
Well,
I almost believed it towards the end.
Well, the more you talk,
Convincing
I was
stuff.
like, that's
Kind
a
of, yeah, I
reasonable
guess so.
argument,
I guess
you know?
so.
Okay, the scores are even, so we moving on to the
Jesus
quick
Christ.
fire round. In this round, the teams have not seen the topics before. I'm going to be throwing the topics at them. The other team have to guess without asking any questions. And we're going to get through as many as we can in 90 seconds. Okay, your first topic, Luke and Annie is, begin the timer please, rugby. Annie, please give your hot take on rugby.
Rugby is the sexiest sport.
Okay, and Luke?
Rugby is the sexiest sport.
Okay. Who is true and who is false?
I think Annie's true and Luke is false.
Okay, please reveal. Annie true, Luke
I am
false.
true. Let's go! We're back! Call it there!
The next
I fed a
topic,
flaw in the game! Go!
the next topic is hands. Here are your cards. Luke, let's go to you for your hot take on hands.
I'd rather lose a hand than a foot.
Okay, Annie, what is your hot take on hands?
You can tell the most about a person with their hands.
Okay.
Luke is true. Luke is true.
Luke is true. Luke is false. Annie is true. The next topic is numbers. Mix up cards. Take a card. Okay, Annie, please give us your hot take on numbers.
I am so good with numbers.
Okay, and Luke?
That's a hot take.
I can.
I think there are too many of them.
Okay, Luke thinks there's too many numbers.
Luke is true.
Sure, why not?
Luke is true.
Luke is true.
I do think there's too many.
That's a point to that team.
about a million
Okay,
times.
and the next topic is pubs. Take
Pubs.
a card.
I like pubs.
Pubs.
Okay, time
God,
is up.
thank
So we got
God.
Oh, thank fuck.
You
all
got
right.
one, they got two. Okay, well done.
I
Okay,
watched 30 minutes of that, honestly.
this team is up now with your quickfire hot takes.
It is. It is.
Stop whatever. What is that?
Has the timer begun?
No.
Okay.
The timer begins as soon as you hand us the card.
Yes.
Okay.
I think Coleman wants to fuck around.
He does, yeah. I feel like there's some skullduggery happening on
There's
that
gonna be
side.
some skullduggery because you know you're losing.
We're ready. We're ready.
You know you're losing.
Yes, we know.
Okay.
Well, no, we're 1 point ahead. We got a
No,
point.
you're 1 point down.
Yeah, but
No.
they got 2 points because they got you got two
They
wrong.
tricked us twice.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
That's how the game works.
Say it
Okay.
again. For fuck's
Here
sake.
we go.
Okay, so yeah. We better.
Yeah, we better play the game. What? Oh, by the way, there's nothing for winning.
Okay. Quick fire round. Your topic is college. College. Take a look. Coleman, give us your hot take on college.
I love college.
Okay, and Diane, what's your hot take on college?
Trinity College is really nice.
Trinity College is nice. What are you saying?
Diane's telling the truth.
Cool.
Diane's telling the truth.
Diane's telling the truth, and Coleman is lying.
Okay.
They got that right. Okay, the next topic is rain. Please take a card. Diane.
I think that we need to start putting rain, like letting it rain inside a bit more.
Okay.
I think we need to start letting it rain inside a bit more.
Okay, so they're both saying the same thing.
original.
Diane's false. I think Diane's false.
I mean, yeah, I
Coleman's
don't
telling the
understand
truth.
it, but yeah, I'll say Diane's false.
Diane's false on that one.
Diane's false
She
and
hates,
Coleman
she
is
hates
true.
the
So
Yes.
the team got a point for that as well.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
no
the
idea.
next topic is Patrick Swayze.
Oh, I love Patrick Swayze.
Swayze.
Patrick Swayze is dead.
Okay, that's your hot take.
If it's false, we have answers or we have questions.
What have you got?
It was sad when Patrick Swayze died.
Oh my God.
Which
Poor
is which?
Patrick Swayze of all the
Which
things.
is which?
I mean, Coleman's has to be true.
It's true.
Yeah, I think it's true.
Coleman's telling the truth there.
So, Coleman telling the truth.
Well, that's, I mean, you can't be false about something that's
It's a hot
true.
take. It's a hot take.
So,
Well,
Coleman,
it's-
you think Patrick Swayze is alive? Is
a
that
hot take.
Is that what you think?
I stand by that hot take.
Do you believe it?
Well, as long as they've lost anyway. So, there we go. And that's the quickfire round. The
I need a
winners
drink.
this week are Luke and Annie. Well done to Luke and Annie. The losers are Coleman and Diane. If you'd like to
No, it
console
looks
each other
actually-
with a high
Doesn't
five. That's it
You know what?
for
Like a
hot
white
takes
beater and
in this
that is a
episode. We will
carrot.
see you soon when the
That
takes
is a
will be
good-
hot, and they will stop
That is a
talking
good
when I'm
drink.
giving the final.
Sorry. It's like the end of the news where everyone's like chatting.
Just chat away amongst yourselves while the guy wraps up the whole fucking show. See you next time. Bye.